Expecting something else, and if you were. That's it, they're lined up for this Keeneland Nunthorpe Stakes. Breakaway start, so important. Lyric Fantasy out of the stalls like the pocket rocket. But Mr. Brooks is going with her, and Freddie Lloyd, who went down to the post well in the dark blue colours, Diamonds Galore. They're heading to the centre of the track, and Lyric Fantasy has been taken on by Freddie Lloyd. Freddie Lloyd by a half to Diamonds Galore. Paris House the right, on the left Lyric Fantasy. Length and a half back to Medaille d'Or, then Harvest Gold and Farfalou, and Mr. Brooks and Al Yassaf and Blighton Lad and LBO the back marker. Boy, this is fast. They come down 2.5 to go. It's Diamonds Galore, and on the left it's Lyric Fantasy, the red, between the pair in blue. That's Freddie Lloyd. Paris House is there with a chance. LBO starts to pick up. 1.5 furlongs to go, and it's only now that this little filly starts to go on by a half. Freddie Lloyd, Mr. Brooks is in pursuit. Paris House finishing fast on the far side, but inside the final furlong, and it's Lyric Fantasy who's going to take it, but the challenge comes from Mr. Brooks. Lyric Fantasy by a length and a half, and it's going to be Lyric Fantasy. It has pricked at the line. Oh, so cheeky. Mr. Brooks is second, then Diamonds Galore. A big run from that LBO4. Freddie Lloyd and Paris House and Farfalou and Harvest Girl and Medaille d'Or and Al Yassaf and Blighton Lad just outpaced. Well, they always say a good big one beats a good little one. On this occasion, it was a brilliant little one beating a good big one. The result then of this Keeneland Nunthorpe Stakes, it's a win for the diminutive number 11 Lyric Fantasy, a daughter of Take Gallery in the colours of Lord Carnarvon, and a treble for Richard Hannon here on Keeneland Nunthorpe Day. This one ridden by Michael Roberts at £1 overweight. Didn't make any difference to the result. His 154th winner of the season. Second horse home is Mr. Brooks. Lester Piggott at 1-2 then for Richard Hannon in this Group 1 sprint. Third horse home is Diamonds Galore, ridden by Aaron Grider, and that fast horse ran very well indeed. And the fourth horse home was number 3, LBO, who picked up from the back and finished well. Well, I think they've gone very fast indeed. Normally Lyric Fantasy, who cost just 3-3 as a foal and 12-5 as a yearling. You can pick up these bargains if you can look. Well, she was being taken off her legs by the pacers early on, but it was her determination that saw her through in the end.
Yeah, tremendous scenes we'll see, I'm sure, after this, because early on it was Freddie Lloyd, Pat Edery, blue colours, royal blue colours, the darker blue of the American Challenger, and Aaron Grider, Diamonds Galore this side, Paris House the grey struggling. But it's just now, John, and prior to that I was a little bit worried, Lyric Fantasy takes over.
She's run a smashing race, this filly. Normally she bursts off in front, makes all of the running. Michael Roberts didn't hurry her when he found that there were one or two just taking her along early on, gave her time to find her legs. And the further she's gone, she's really got into gear. And although Mr. Brooks, remember, he's already a Group 1 winner, has chased her, he was never ever going to get past her. And a week or so of going without his food has proved well worthwhile for Michael Roberts. Well, we think that she's clocked a time under 58 seconds, and it was certainly a really good race, and great to see her keeping her unbeaten record against these older horses.
And Lyric Fantasy has returned up the arm on, 11 to 8 on favourite, back down from 5 to 4 on. The second, Mr. Brooks, went off on the shoulders, 9 to 2, and the third, bit of money each way for this, Diamonds Galore. The trip wasn't wasted. Double carpet, 33 to 1, Diamonds Galore. The Lyric Fantasy, the 29th favourite in 67 runnings to win the Nunthorpe. The 16th odds-on chance to win it. Most recently Deja 2 years ago, and Never So Bold in 85. And she's the fourth 2-year-old of 32 to run in the Nunthorpe to win. A smashing filly. Applause her home.